My Virgos. We're gonna do my Virgos. But I feel like you got options. I feel like y'all got options. I'm hearing guesstimating. You're guesstimating something. Like you're taking a guess that this is the right way, but I feel like you need to hold back too as well. I've seen you like being held back. I feel like you're being held back because of all these options, if that makes sense. We're just going to read a verse from the Bible, and we're going to start right here. Ashamel also struck down all the Jews who were with him, that is, with Goliath and Mishah, and the Chaldeans were found there, and the men of war. And it happened on the second day after he had killed Gedaliah, when as yet no one knew it, that no certain man shall come from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from the Samaria, 80 men with their beards shaved and their clothes torn, having cut themselves with offerings and incense in their hand to bring them to the house of the Lord. So I feel like you got options, but I feel like you need to give it all to God right now. You need to allow everything to be in the most high God's hands. Allow him to make the decisions for you right now. That's what I feel like. I feel like you need to allow everything to be placed in his heart, if that makes sense, in your heart. Allow your heart to make the decision, but give your heart to God to make the decision, Virgos. Does that make sense? Quit wasting time on bullshit that ain't yours. I hear that too as well, Virgos. 3 cards for Virgo, please. See, you got options. But I feel like once you allow yourself to be fully presented to God, because I feel like you're worried about this. I feel like you're worried about all these options. You could have an earth sign. You could have an air sign. You could have a water sign. I'm just saying. You got a lot of different phase of people, if that makes sense. You got a lot of things going on right now, if that makes sense. But I feel like you're wanting justice. You're wanting a more deserving chance. But I feel like you need to get through the illusion. You need to get through the trials and tribulations, if that makes sense. All these options, I feel like you got new options. I feel like you got old options. I feel like you just got shit coming from every which direction. It's like you're standing in the middle of the cups and you just keep turning around in a circle saying, God, which cup do I take? Which cups do I be? Which cup is going to bless me? And I feel like you're worried about this because you got this girl here. She's sitting here and she's looking at all the candles and with the sticks in the middle. She's carrying a heavy burden. And I feel like she's placing that burden within inside of these candles and praying. She's just like, God, lift me up. Allow me to see which direction do I need to take. Which cup is going to better me? Which cup is going to put me on that spiritual path? Which cup is going to open me up more spiritually and make me better myself, if that makes sense. So I feel like you are worried about this, but I feel like it's going to be okay, especially with the Sun card here. It's going to be okay. It's going to grant you security. It's going to grant you growth. It's going to grant you 11:30 as I say this. It's going to grant you new things in your life, but you got to let go of, somebody needs to let go of the greed. Somebody's very greedy, and you need to let go of that greed. It's time to spin a new wheel. Does that make sense? The old wheels, that motherfucker done wore out. It's got a fucking knot on it. It's about to bust. It's time to get you a new set of wheels and go further. Go further. Does that make sense? Continue in a path that you've already made for yourself, but go further. Does that make sense? All right, 1 card of these. Please, I'm thinking, give me 3 cards. Okay, we'll do 3 cards. Okay, so the first card is prosperity lies ahead, new moon and Taurus. So you may not be seeing changes right now, but I feel like it's to help you become more sturdy. Does that make sense? The bulls are very sturdy. They're very stubborn as well. They want things their way or no way at all. But to get that stubbornness, you have to have strength within inside of yourself. So I do feel like, yes, you're going through a lot of things right now energetically, but I do feel like that is changing for you, and It's allowing you to have strength in your mind and in your soul to be able to really get those new wheels and really take off and do what it is that you need to do. Does that make sense? All right. 2 more. Time to give rather than to take. New moon. And Virgo, so Virgos, you're coming out in your own reading. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon and bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So you got 3 new moons here. So there is a new start coming in. But you're kind of like in the middle. Do I do it or do I not do it? Do I allow myself to take the leap of faith or do I stand back and go backwards? So I feel like you need to take time within inside of yourself to gain the structure that you need within inside of yourself to make this decision. All right. 3 cards, please. 3 cards. We're going to pull out love cards. 3 cards. 3 cards. You might be dealing with air sign. 3 cards. Reconciliation is coming out. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Passion is here. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in the relationship. I can't leave y'all with that. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So you are having to make a decision here. Somebody's being fake and somebody's real here. But I feel like once you give it all to God, once you put it in that most high God's hands, once you put it in a source of light's hand, I feel like everything's going to be called out, if that makes sense. I'm hearing surrendering to the light. So it's like once you surrender yourself, everything is going to be called out, and you're going to be able to have this passionate reconciliation that you want, and you are going to be moving away from this deception into true love. So take that reading as you will. On the bottom of the deck, we got trust. So right now, trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition is what I'm saying. Trust what you know is right. All right. With that being said, I'm going to leave it there, you guys. 7/24, my birthday. Peace.